Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us to learn more about the Methow Creative Aging Program. My name is Selena Gracie. I am Executive Director of Methow at Home. And joining me for this discussion today is Janet Fagan, artist, teaching artist, and our lead facilitator for the Methow Creative Aging Program. And we have Kathy Merwin, Methow at Home Program Assistant and lead facilitator of the Caring for People Living with Dementia workshop and the Care Partner Support Group. Our goal here together is to help you understand more about the Creative Aging Program and how you can participate as a Methow at Home member, as a volunteer, a care partner, or anyone living in our Methow Valley community. So let's just start with a brief overview of Methow at Home. Methow at Home is a nonprofit organization in the Methow Valley, serving our community through the transitions of aging with dignity. We're designed to create a bridge between critical services and helping people remain independent in their homes and stay engaged in their community as long as possible. With dementia on the rise here, as well as nationally, we recognize that many families were experiencing a loved one living in the home with dementia without adequate resources. So we launched this multifaceted program to bring dementia education, arts-based innovations, and care partner support for our Methow Valley community. The Methow Creative Aging Program is a dementia-friendly, arts-based engagement program for adults living with dementia and their care partners. This program is designed to bring hands-on creative expression, both in the home and in group settings, using the senses to stimulate meaning and purpose, self-awareness, and empowerment through the arts. Why arts-based dementia care? Well, we looked at a lot of research that pointed to the act of making art and helping a person process anxiety, anger, grief, and loss, as increased memory loss brings confusion and physical limitations as the disease progresses. Our program will train the care partner or local volunteer to work with an individual that's living with dementia, building a relationship, and customizing art making sessions to meet an individual's specific needs and interests and their changing abilities as their disease is progressing. These are free community arts-based programs which hold tremendous potential for reducing isolation, increasing cognitive, social, and creative engagement while improving overall quality of life for the whole family and the community at large. So I'm going to turn it over to Janet Fagan. She's going to tell us a little bit more about the training programs and the opportunities for trained volunteers to use this program in the community at large.
Thank you so much, Selena. The volunteer trainings are, again, free programs. They last 3 hours, and we offer them every couple of months or as needed. What they prepare you to do is to create art, create a space, and within that space, make art with somebody that is struggling with dementia. So you learn how to set up an art making space. You learn the general nuts and bolts of what you should have in an art kit, whether you are going into somebody's home or you're living with someone that you're going to be using these creative tools with. We'll walk you through that. You learn how to communicate with people that are struggling with memory loss. One of my favorite phrases is you learn to connect and not correct. That's just one example of ways that we together learn to create a joyful experience for our friends, our community members, our family that may be struggling with dementia. How can we give them a space and an activity that allows them to be in the moment with joy? So in the trainings, we not only go through those things, but we also take the time to learn from each other. At the trainings, we try to have volunteers that have already been through the trainings and are working in the field so that we can ask questions and learn from the actual experiences that people are having with the hands-on opportunities that you can have after the trainings. For example, one of the programs that we have that you can participate in after you're trained is to go into Jamie's Place, where adults that are struggling with memory loss or different levels of dementia are living. And we bring creative expression into Jamie's Place through hands-on art making activities. What you would do as a volunteer is you would be the support system or the art partner for a resident at Jamie's Place. You would hang out with them for the hour or hour and a half that we are there together creating, and hopefully you would develop a bond with them and you would return for the next session and the next session and the next session, and over time develop a relationship with them. These sessions are monthly and they last for about an hour and a half each. The other opportunity that the trainings will allow you to access is to be able to I'm just seeing the photographs change. Sorry about that. They're just getting a little distracted. But the other opportunity is to come to the Creative Aging program at the Confluence Art Gallery in Twisp. And this is called the Memory Cafe. So what that means is that you would bring someone either from Jamie's Place, you would act as their art partner, or perhaps you have a family member or a neighbor or someone in the community that you would like to bring with you and act as their companion and art partner for the event. So these change with the exhibits that move through the Confluence Art Gallery, and you get to actually talk about art and make art in the same program. So there's always a lively discussion, a different art project that we get to do together as a group, and then sometimes even live music. So these are super fun, and we really hope that over time we will not only be able to have these programs at the Confluence, but other places in the community that could be enriching, perhaps outdoors, or using movement or incorporating music in different ways. So this work for me, I have been involved with it for almost a decade now, and what I love about it are the surprises. There isn't a session that goes by that doesn't deeply move me, whether it's someone that is nonverbal, that is just using their face to convey the feelings that they're experiencing as they're in a social setting. You as a volunteer may just sit and hold that person's hand and be their companion and follow their cues for if and how they would like to participate. But the joy that you can see crossing over faces or deep in the eyes, those are the sort of things that I look for, and they're wonderful clues that the program is having an impact. The other end of the spectrum, you might have people that are showing their creativity in a very rich and meaningful way. I recently worked with a resident at Jamie's Place that before she came to Jamie's Place, she was a professional weaver. And watching her layer the colors of her paint very methodically, under and over, behind and in front, I could see the history of her weaving and her skill in the art that she was making so long ago, and what probably feels like another life to her at this point. But those are the very rich things that happen, and you as a volunteer would be facilitating those moments. So I just want to thank you in advance for watching this video and for considering becoming a volunteer. Takes all of us. And I'm going to hand it over to Selena now. Back to
Thank you.
you.
Thank you so much, Janet. Janet has such a kind and compassionate and concise way of sharing her experience in these training sessions and to leading these opportunities, the Jamie's Place sessions and the Memory Care Cafe at the Confluence. She has really brought a lot of kindness and compassion, really meeting people exactly where they are as the disease is progressing for them. People are leaving relieved and smiling. So thank you for bringing all of your talents to this program, Janet. We are so lucky to have you. And now I'm going to turn it over to Kathy, who has expanded the creative aging program in the most holistic way, helping care partners with critical support while they attend education models and support groups here in the community. So Kathy, tell us a little bit about the surprising ways that the creative aging program is being used.
Yeah, well, I'd like to thank you both for starting this program and growing it. Such a fun way to be able to come in and support caregivers now at this point. I teach a class caring for people living with dementia 3 times a year. That's an 8-hour course. And a lot of people are not able to attend that if the person they're caring for isn't covered. And so it was starting to become an issue for people who couldn't attend. With creative aging in place and your group of incredibly talented volunteers now, we were able to set up a creative aging event to go on simultaneously with one of the classes upstairs. We are in the same facility. We have an upstairs space we're running class, and our volunteers are working downstairs in the same place with whoever needs to bring their partner along. And very surprising. I mean, I listened to Janet talk about what she sees in the eyes of the creators of the art. And what I get to see is the look of relief on the caregivers' faces to know their person is safe, their person is engaged in a joyous, creative way, right in the next room. If they need help, they're there, but they can then be free to participate fully and learn about what's going on as the dementia progresses, the different stages, that kind of thing. So this is an 8-hour course offered in 4 different sessions, 2 hours each. And just, we had a woman come in with her husband. She was not going to be able to attend if there wasn't something like this going on to help take care of him while this class was happening. She said goodbye to her husband at the beginning of the class, and he asked, "Where are you going to be?" She said, "I'm going to be up here learning about dementia while you're going to go have fun." And he went downstairs with one of our brilliant volunteers. And after the class was over, he came up with a volunteer and they were beaming. During one session, they had made cookies downstairs, which they shared with the class above. During one session, he used to be still is a rock and roll singer. And so they had spent the time creating art and singing songs. And just to see his wife's face and how happy she was, and to see his face that he had had this great time, and the volunteer, just being able to participate and facilitate this. It just, wow. I love to see the way this is just weaving together and supporting all of these things that we're doing at Methow at Home. So that's one area we're using these wonderful creative aging volunteers. I'm also running a support group for caregivers. This is a once-a-month meeting for an hour. Same situation. A lot of them would not be able to participate unless they had a safe environment for the person that they're caring for. These support groups are hugely important to them. They can meet and find out they're not the only ones doing this, get suggestions and support from each other. How are you doing this? How are you approaching this? Have you had this happen yet? So to be able to participate in that kind of support group, and again, have your partner in the next room with a one-on-one situation with a creative aging trained volunteer has just lifted the stress from them. They can completely engage. let go and just relax and get as much support as possible while their person next door is having a ball. One of those people likes to be outdoors a lot. One of the people participating, the volunteer has been able to take her outside for walks. They go collect beautiful pieces of nature and bring it in, and she works it into her art project. And, you know, these volunteers meet them where they are and take wonderful care of them, are completely focused one-on-one. And it's a delightful experience for everyone involved. I'm very grateful to you guys for bringing this program into the community and for giving us a chance to just find out what beautiful ways we're going to be able to weave it in, you know, and use this on many different levels. So thanks.
Oh, thank you so much, Kathy. Yeah, we launched this as a pilot program for a year, and we're hosting these trainings and these events in an ongoing way through this trial period to find out how the community really needs this. So this is a work in progress, and I hope that you'll join us at some part along the way and help us to figure out what the community needs and so that we can deliver that as well. The Methow Creative Aging Volunteer Training is coming up April 20th. So if you're interested in volunteering, please reach out to us at methowathome.org or give us a call. You can also attend the next Memory Care Cafe at the Confluence, which is coming up April 22nd. And this is a facilitated arts engagement program for a person living with dementia and their care partner. Or if you'd like your person living with dementia paired with a volunteer, you can request that as well. And Janet facilitates those sessions. We also have an ongoing schedule for Jamie's Place sessions once a month for 2 hours. Janet leads a team of volunteers to sit with residents, either with or without music, and going through different art projects. If you become a trained volunteer, you can help in that way as well. And we want to just thank our amazing volunteers. None of this work could happen without the folks in the local community who are bringing this program into these spaces from the kindness of their hearts. We also want to thank our supporters. Methow at Home couldn't have launched this program without the support from the Fry Museum, the Moccasin Lake Foundation, and the Richard and Maud Ferry Charitable Foundation. So all of those agencies helped to support the launch of this program for a year, and we are so grateful for that much needed support. So I encourage you, if you're out in the Methow Valley community and any part of this program interests you, I encourage you to give us a call at Methow at Home, 509-996-5844, or check us out again at methowathome.org. Thank you so much for joining us. We really are excited to see what happens with the Creative Aging program on and into the future.